Good morning and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for June the 11th, 2021. I am Mom. How's everybody doing today? Reflex, I automatically flipped on Ed's mic. So I was just thinking about Ed, who I should be talking to tomorrow. Hang on, let's see if Ed maybe sent us a message. Yes, I know. Nope. No current Ed messages. Other than to discuss Norfolk Biffins, which apparently is a kind of apple. Which you probably are going, oh, yeah, of course they are. But one of our conversations got into Charles Dickens, because we were discussing some books, and he mentioned one turn of phrase he didn't know was, what the heck is a biffin? I didn't know either. So it turns out it's an apple. Ooh, yes, it works better when you can spell things, doesn't it? That's the one we want. So, which faction allied with the Gorn? Federation, Nausicaans, or the Orion Syndicate? That is an excellent question. And thanks to our handy-dandy look it up on the web, it is the Nausicaans. Kind of makes sense. And the Orions aren't exactly the most trustworthy of souls, shall we say? Alright, got plenty of room there. Did I not get my book? Book? Where's my book? Book. That's weird. Oh no, I probably went over here. Duh. It's morning. There's my book. So let's pitch one thing of garbagey stuff here. We'll dump that. Take that. Let's see if we need that one. We do. Yay! I have a ton of stuff to get rid of today, but I was hoping I'd have something to salvage, because I have a bit of salvage this time around. Instead, I have destroy Zenkethi ships. I've got a cool new way to do that. Disruptor damage in space, duh. And destroy Undine ships. Undine ships are a little bit more of a pain in the rump. Good morning, WC. Aren't you supposed to be studying, young man? So my question today, of course, becomes, do I take a day off from LinkedIn Learning? I know, I'm giving you grief. I just know you've got a bunch on your plate. I'm hemming and hawing whether I'm going to finish up this data analysis course, which I only have 4 hours of class time left, or recuperate from those god-awful session over the last 4 days. Ugh. Normally a 4-hour class is something, if there's not much going on at work, I can power through 4 hours. The last class it took was 3 hours and took me the better part of a week. I've done work, study, more work, dishes, stuff for Mom, paid bills, and still didn't get what I want done. There's that inner layer in me of, I really don't want to do that. I found so much to do this week to avoid taking that Power BI course. That is how it goes. Okay, so I was saying there's a cool way to do Zenkethi ships. If you do not want to... Oh, shoot, it says battle zone. Gosh darn it. Alright, let's make sure we've got disruptors. Yes, I know they need to be upgraded. Let's pitch out some of this garbage, though. Actually, let's go find the nice vendor person over here and do it this way. Is that the vendor person, or is this the vendor person? Nope. That's the vendor person. Well, at least you got something done. Every morning when I'm at the office, don't do this on the weekend, I have this running spreadsheet. This over here is the stuff that has to be done this week, this month, sometime, and eventually. So I try to chunk away at everything that's highlighted in yellow except the pink stuff, which is absolutely critical. And unfortunately, the absolutely critical is sitting around waiting for somebody else at the moment. So not much I can do about that. Hopefully that person will respond to me today. By the way, if anybody's playing Pokemon in terms of getting all the new Bond with Life things, Mar Hawkman and I have a cool way to do it if there's stuff that you want that you can't get easily, and one of those would be like the Earthian Creeper. Hard to get, it's only in one episode. And you have to be a Klingon to get it. Not even Klingon Allied, you have to be a real Klingon. But that doesn't mean feds can't get it, you just can't get it easily. So as I was saying to Lucy, part of my daily thing is to spend part of every day going through my list of stuff that needs to get done. And redoing the list, and then usually by 10 a.m. when I'm pretty sure it's clean, I'll go ahead and reprint it for myself and then haul it around for the rest of the day. Actually, the Erythian Creeper isn't that different. It is a ground worm, very similar to, gosh, what was the name of it? What was the name of the plant? Seymour. No, Seymour. The other one. No, from Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, it's very similar to the one in Dune. But it's a little bit flatter. And it's white and the head spreads out just a little bit more. But as I said, you can only get it if you're Klingon, and there is a way to do it. Alright, I guess we're going to go up to Gronkrup. Ugh. The thing I hate about Gankra and Undine ships where you have to go specific places, it's the only way to go there is transwarp. I'm still cooling down from 15 minutes ago. So, Undine, we can head up here. It's not that far away. Ooh. Has anybody heard anything more about the new Dune movie? I thought it was coming out soon. I have to say, I liked the original. It wasn't good, but I liked it. The remake actually was quite good, but I thought it was a little too in-depth, so I'm hoping this guy's got the right blend of depth of movie, depth of character, gets the material, and translates it well to the screen, because it's an eminently filmable movie. At least the first book. The second book gets weird. Third book gets... you know how it is with the third book. Did I write 3 books? No, I have one book where I wrote an original and wrote 1 sequel. And after the sequel, I realized that it was done. It didn't need any more. Okay, the official trailer for Dune 20 came out last year from Warner Brothers. Let's see what's coming out here. Dune is an epic science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve with the screenplay blah 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 blah. IMAX on October the 1st. So that tells me something. Then again, I've been really bad. I still haven't seen... Oh, I can't even remember her name right now. Miss Fisher, the new movie. It was a year and a half ago. We were going to go see Miss Fisher at the theater. It was playing for one night and one night only, and they closed the theater the day before as COVID hit. So I still haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't even know who that is. How many? Oh, 30 Undine ships. Ugh. But I don't have to do them here. Makes Mom think. There's got to be another place to do Undine ships. Let's go to Gankra and do that first. Is he as bad as Kyle MacLachlan? I kind of like Kyle MacLachlan, but you could tell it was one of his first acting gigs because it's kind of generic. Alright, we only have to get 5 here. Disruptor damage shouldn't be too bad. That's a good point, yes.
Both asteroids and tow them away from the enemy launch facility.
I think one of the things I didn't like about doing both book and movie and TV series was what I consider to be kind of forced relationship between Paul and Chani. Especially in the movie, it just seemed very, hey, we have to have romance here, let's do this. And admittedly, the acting wasn't that great. But it was so poorly handled in terms of just not covering it. And in the book, the book is seriously weird. When their child is killed and... I don't think that's a spoiler. The book is about as old as I am. Okay, I haven't seen that part. Well, the problem is the romance was shoehorned into the book, in my opinion. There was actually a good romance there already, and that was between Jessica and the father. That was interesting. If you go back and you read the whole thing, the whole book, it's really an interesting book compared to what you get in the movies. There's a lot of subplots, you understand it better. But you don't get that in movies, because you really can't. But if you're going to put in a romance, put a romance in between people with charisma, people who've got some kind of chemistry. Undine ships. This is a good question. Where's a good spot? Okay, personal endeavors and ways to finish them from January of 2019. So, Undine, oh, they only have down the battle zone. Undine Assault, episode Surface Tension. I don't remember Surface Tension having a bunch of Undine ships. Let's take a look at it. I remember right, Surface Tension had a couple of Undine ships, just not a lot. Maybe I'm thinking fluid dynamics then. Oh, maybe I hate this one because it's got one of those boring scenes. Good morning, Wolfie. How are you? I don't know that I've read a novel either, but I've written them. Alright, let's start up Surface Tension, see what we got here. How are you doing, Wolfie? I'm good. It's Friday. I'm all packed. Everything's here, ready to go out to the car. Go off to Chicago for the weekend. See the doggos. Chat with Ed. You know, typical stuff. We're going to skip the cutscene.
Welcome to the Delta.
Oh, seriously.
I will admit that I
Well, let's talk to people.
here with Voyager again.
Tuvok, where are you, Tuvok? Tuvok, where are you? Oh, you're inside the conference. Yeah, I didn't go home last week because of car problems, which I still have, and they won't get resolved for a week. But I've been told that it's not unsafe to drive the car. Though my son offered me his. So I thought, okay, I'll check out what a new car it's going to cost me, what mine's worth as a trade-in. My trade-in is worth less than $1,000, which tells me the $1,200 I put into it so far is more than it's worth. But wait a year though. If I can make it squeak by for one more year, I should have enough down to either buy a new car or buy a better car, and not finance it forever.
This con...
There you go. What am I looking for? Intimidate Cardassian. I'm not seeing a Cardassian.
I have to say,
Oh, yeah.
I'm quite surprised.
I'm gonna intimidate Garrick.
Proceeding. We've all been here for an interesting opinion.
The preliminary tasks are complete. You should speak with Admiral Tuvok again.
Of course I should.
The delegates... Thank you.
Go take a damn seat, boy.
I can...
You too. Go sit down. Sit.
This...
Go sit down. Go sit down. Stop talking. Go sit down.
With representatives of all of the delegations. You should return to Admiral Tuvok.
We are almost ready.
Well, the problem I'm having right now is my car's 2013. Some of the parts were not used in the 2014, and now the 7-year period that they have to make the parts readily available is done. So this part only costs $50, but I'm having to wait 2 to 3 weeks to get it.
Ah.
I was just...
Oh.
And I think the next car I get will probably be the last one I get for a while,
Nice.
if ever.
You can start the presentation from the control console.
So maybe it's worth waiting a little bit longer and getting something slightly better that'll last longer. My Nissan Sentra from 2010 is still running strong. There we go.
Not only the Federation, but
All
also
that
the
to
Klingon
get
Empire
to
and
here.
Romulan Republic.
Cutscenes. Cutscenes, fetch quest, another cutscene, now loading into the new map. But if this is a good spot, at least I'll save it to here. And then I've got an alternative to doing Undine Space.
I am picking negative.
Agreed. Enterprise will set course for Luna.
I had 30 Tholians for an event yesterday to kill 30 Tholian ships. And I went off to Archer and had them killed within the first 2 waves. Which is when I found out that web points count as a ship, and apparently the torpedoes count as a ship. When I got the last car, I didn't have any friends in the auto industry. Now, I've got some friends who at least I can go, hey, should I get this? And they can tell me on a technical level, this part's being eliminated. We're going to do this. They're going to do that.
Earth space dock.
This is what we're seeing as issues.
Damage.
And hopefully I won't be in the position I was in last time where I hadn't had a car for almost a year. We've been sharing my husband's car, and that was just fine. He got a new car, that was just fine. And then summer hit, and I could bicycle every place. My job was close enough I could either grab a bus or I could walk. Well, not easily walk, but I could walk. Here I could walk, I could bike. It's not safe, but I could bike. But I go home on the weekends, which then takes it down to the potential of having to take a flight home every weekend, which I could live with because I'm really tired of driving. It doesn't look that destroyed, no? Just a little missing off the bottom. Oh, got my disruptor damage. My Sentra's still around. It's in the parking lot at the moment. Next door. Not mine. As I gave it to my son.
Tempest Dreadnought, inbound.
Thing is, I had a Maxima before that, which I was driving about, I don't know, 1,500 miles a week. And at 150,000, the head gasket blew. And it was strongly urged that it wasn't worth repairing from the dealer. So I thought, well, you know, they're just scamming at me, it's not worth getting repaired. So I took it out to a bunch of places, and they're like, yeah, 150,000 miles at the level you drive it, it probably isn't worth repairing. So switched out, got the Sentra, and that lasted till today, so that's going on 11 years now? And other than one accident, which was not my fault, because I wasn't driving the car at the moment. Somebody drove into it. It's been good. I mean, your typical, it had a flat, things like that. This car, radiator died in the middle of an expressway. That was a fun 3 hours sitting waiting for a tow truck. The tires going out, not its fault. Problems with the emissions control system, definitely its fault. But again, age. Let's see, we've got 4 ships to go here. Let's go pick up these toys. So DT and I rented a Rogue last year for Vegas, and I thought it was great. Decent passenger space, decent storage space, nothing fabulous. Well, I have been told that it's not the fact that I put so many miles on it, it's the fact that I put on that many miles in 3 years. And strangely enough, though, I have my list of things that I'd like to accomplish in the next 1 to 3 years, and getting a new car isn't even on the list. Maybe it's because I don't think cars are that exciting. Let's see. That around. I think I have to fix these ships.
Are still present. Our work here is not complete.
There are still Undine ships in the system. The Federation has no right to use ships, but I am...
The boarding party is on Earth space.
I don't want to beam down. I want to do this section again, gosh darn it. Are there no more ships for me to shoot? if I beam out, I'm going to have to do this whole section again. I do not want to do this whole section again. What happens if I leave?
Navigational readings indicate this sphere was...
That's not what I want. Is this what I want? No, these are Voth ships. Okay. It took me a long time to find a mechanic who I totally trusted.
Earth space dock.
No, this is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to save the previous one.
We must locate Admiral Quinn.
Not that this is a bad sequence, but I don't need to do that. All right, we'll come back and get 3 Undines in some area.
Office is through those doors. Our mission objectives are clear.
Well, yours may be clear, so is mine. It's not this. But that's a good place to save for killing Undine on the ground. Old ESD. We had a really good shop. Really good shop. Very trustworthy. And 3 cars ago, we had same thing that's happening now. Missions control systems. And yeah, the car was getting old. And the guy thought he could get it fixed well enough to get me through the inspection so then I could justify whether or not it was worth really fixing. That was cool. Great thought. So I take it in, and he's like, it's going to cost this. Okay, fine. Not much, $100. Come back the next day, and it's like a $300 charge, and I'm, no. This is what you said. Oh, well, we had more work we had to do. Did I tell you to do it? No. Not paying for it. And then I found out that they changed ownership. This is all Voth. I don't want Voth. Fine, I'm going over here. I want to go back and just pull out the bits of episodes where you can see the changes from Cooper's as he's going through different things. You can hear a break, the way his voice changed. I don't know if they got a different actor or if when he came back there's enough age in his voice from the difference in time that it's very audible. It's different. Something has happened. Still have 4 to get. I know they won't usually spawn if you haven't activated the weapon. Let's see if I can get them to come over here. No, they didn't steal my card. If they do work that you didn't authorize, they need to have a signature on a piece of paper. They didn't have it, and the cops will come over and get your keys back. I will say the police can be very helpful at times, especially with bad... Oh, I got my... I'm going to leave here then. I'm only what they want with my old piece of junk car that needed work. Nothing. There's nothing to steal in that car. Yes, spell. So let's see what we have to do over on this tune. But anyway, the upshot is that new manager of the place, the new owners of the place, were not honorable. in the least. A Borg TFO, destroy Voth ships. Hey, been there, done that. And win GPL playing Dabo. Okay, let's see if we can make this ship not disappear in the middle of a fight. Voth ships. Plenty of space. Yeah, the thing that takes the longest in winning Voth, or winning GPL, is getting to Quarks, or to Nimbus, or to Drazana. See, are we queued up? We are queued up. In the meantime, let's go over. 10 minutes. Sphere of Influence. We'll cheat. Off, yes. Come on. Clicky click. That's an excellent point. Katha has her own bridge. And we get our Weewoo. This Dune hasn't played that one. Oh, I haven't done any of the Dyson Sphere with this Dune. No wonder it won't let me in. Well, let's see if this Borg TFO queues up. If it doesn't, we'll switch over to the Nandi. Good morning, Mr. Dave. How are you doing today? Hey, if anyone talks to Borg King, let me know, because I need to talk to him. He has something I want to get from him for the convention.
The situation, there's more. Begin.
The situation is grim, is like what Klingons say at morning. Good morning, son. How are you? Oh, the situation is grim, Mom. Of course it is. Isn't it always? So here's the question. I can see a Klingon calling his mother of the Empire, mother of the Klingons, etc. But is there an affectionate term for mother in Klingon? I mean, the Germans have Mutti, or everybody's got one, or almost everybody's got one. Do the Klingons have terms of affection for their moms?
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data available.
Oops, wrong firing sequence. And wrong weapon. Good job, Kay. Not what I intended to do. Oh. Definitely want to up the firepower on this dude sometime. Which one did it miss? Have fun with your dishes, WC. Don't work too hard this weekend. Which you probably will anyway, but still. Am I the only person shooting at this? Okay. That felt very lonely. Yeah, definitely need better firepower on this one. I think it's my only strictly Polaron build. Take care, Wolfie. You have a good one. Have a good weekend. I'm all out of good toys now. The best way to take advantage of the XP weekend is to run patrols. You want to level up your toon, not just your ship, right? Okay, first, do you have any XP boosts? If you've got an XP boost, put it on, because that definitely helps. But running the patrol, specifically, make a... Okay, hang on a second here, then we can make life easier. Let me go to Drozana, because I can kill a few birds with one stone there. I think. So do you remember there was an event that was running 2 months ago, and it had to have been the anniversary, no, First Contact. And one of the prizes was you could get various emotes, and when you ran out of emotes, you could pick up little certificates worthy, or that you could use for additional XP. And every now and then they come in packages and gifts and drops and events. First contact day. Thank you very much, Mr. Dave. So when they do things like that, I would get the emotes as quickly as possible because I was running it on every tune because you could AFK it. Let's see what we've got here in the vaults. Count. Let's see. That's a fleet mark boost. Okay, this is the one I was just thinking of. These are bound to account. So if you have these bonus EXP or XP certificates, this is a great time to start using them. Yeah, so next time it comes around, if you've got the option to pick these up, pick these up. So let's see if I've got any others sitting in here. I probably have some in in my main account, so I'll go take a look at those in a moment. Let me play my GPL here. I swear I was going to kill Voth ships. There she is. Hi, Lita. Yes, I'll play.
Spin the wheel and win.
Patrols are one way, but let me get you through one more thing first. Let me place this, and let me go see if I've got some spare boosts for you. Patrol's best way to do it. There's only some that are great. Ninth rule, awesome. Let's do these numbers here. How much do I have to win? 3,000? Hopefully this will do it. I put 100,000 bet of GPL on something, thinking, great, I'm going to lose 300,000 all told. No, I won 800,000. That was crazy. Oh, I got that. Okay, that's easy. Let me jump over to Kethma. One of my tunes is sitting on a bunch of XP boosts, but I don't know if they're experience or if they're research. Not there. It's research, fleet credits, commendation, fleet marks, fleet credit, reputation. I do not have any straight out XP that I can give you. I am so sorry. I was hoping I had some extras in here. Let's see what we got in there. Just double check. And then let's go to the last place and see if maybe there's some sitting in the fleet bank. Fleet credit, fleet marks. Fleet marks. Ah, nothing. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I was hoping I would have some for you. Oh, what's that? It's R&D. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry. Alright, so the patrols that are the best ones to do and turn this into a 30-minute loop would be Ninth Rule, Wanted Argala. Those are the two big ones in terms of getting XP. Best way to do it is grab somebody, if you don't have a lot of firepower, grab somebody who does have firepower. And you'll definitely do more. Within the Briars, no, not that one. What's the other one? Ruins of Doom. That's not bad. So I tend to do Ninth Rule, Ruins of Doom, and Wanted Argala as my three big ones, and I just do them over and over and over and over and over. But if you can team with somebody, you can level up your tune in a couple of hours just by doing them repeatedly. But don't forget that the Japori run, so Japori, Korea, Beta Thorador, Gamma Eridon, and there's one other, there's 5 there, that also have old school benefits, but it's still XP. And again, if you can team with somebody who's got bigger firepower than you are, go in. You just have to do a couple hits, enough so you don't get an AFK penalty. So go in and help shoot with each one. Just kind of sit on the edge and pew, 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 pew. And your tune will level up really quick. That is my number one way to level a tune. On a weekend like this, you shouldn't have any issues with getting it done. But it works better if you get somebody with you. Usually you can get one level per patrol. If you can do them on advanced, you'll get higher. If you can team with somebody who's really good and run them on elite and let them take most of the hits, then it's even better. So Ed and I will do up to about level 50 on elite and switch over to advanced after that. Once you get to advanced, elite versus advanced at about level 50, there's not enough benefit for the amount of time it takes to do elite versus everything else. But don't forget things like Japori, Correa, Gamma Eridon, Beta Thorador, and there's 2 others in there. And that makes a nice 30-minute loop too, so you could do all of those just go in a row. The big difference is that when you do the ones at Japori, you have to travel from one to the next, whereas with the patrols on the drop-down menu, it auto-transports you and you can do them faster. And that would be my number one suggestion. I am going to be on this weekend, but I have to chat with Ed. I have to go do some stuff, so it'll be on and off. If I wake up without a headache tomorrow morning, I will be on first thing in the morning. It's off my laptop. But yeah, if you're Federation, I can take out Keth Za, because she's got some decent power. I'd be happy to do that with you. It's my traveling weekend. Alright, so we have to kill 10 Voth ships. Speaking of getting out a more powerful character, let's go grab Kethza. We were doing Infected Space Elite last night, and it was Boom, Chaos, Mark, DT, and me. And even though I came in with the lowest firepower, I still came in with 142, and that's playing as a tank. So that was pretty cool. And speaking of patrols, if I remember right, the Voth are in this episode here, in the Sword system. However, Saturday afternoon, evening, my husband and I are going to go out since they're finally opening restaurants in Chicago. And there's this little wine bar in Geneva called the Preservation Bread and Wine Shop. And they've been open this whole time, but it's been outdoor seating. And we were there in December, thinking they'd have to have some indoor seating. No. Outdoors, no anything to protect you from the wind. And they had overhead heaters on one side. We weren't seated on that side. And to sit on a cold metal chair in December in Chicago.
We are here to help.
Wasn't going to do chilled wine that night. That was definitely a sit there, freeze your butt off, and drink hot tea. Kill them. Give them up. This is also a good one if you want to team up, because everybody can grab a different post and take it and get done faster, but it really isn't a high XP one. It's fun. Techno organic trash sounds like a music style. The nice thing about the Voth ships is, unlike the Klingons, they don't go scattering all over the place. They tend to huddle up. Let's see if there's anything here. Ugh, great. Not a good day when there's nothing to salvage. like the ship, but the inertia is crazy.
Tracking a large force incoming. Preparing defense station.
And a little bright light there. Oh, I think I'm not gonna look like looking. Oh, I got them all. Yay, I got them all. Yay, we're good. Nothing else to put away in there. Alright, so that is all handled. Last thing, though. Try and put all of the various prizes in the same common area and then let the lowest level tunes open them up. So what did we do yesterday? It wasn't on Kethsa. That's interesting. Alright, so we've got Kethfa, who is my Farasan. And here's a case if I leveled this tune entirely on entirely on patrols and TFOs. So she's up to level 65 without having any equipment that's even semi-worth getting. Let's see, she's on partisans. Okay, that's interesting. There we go. So what she doesn't have is equipment. She doesn't have a lot of money. And when I take her out in mission, she's running with Mark 10 gear and got a couple of decent ships, or decent weapons out there, and her ground gear is garbage also. So I've been giving her all the freebies. Being 65, she should be able to pick this up as well. For as little effort as it is, the lore gets you that chip, which gets you accolades if that's important, gets you some dilithium, which is fun. Let's see, let's go ahead and... Oh, we've got something running then. Let's see what's running. Nope. There we go. Test of my knowledge. Did I leave the site up? I did. How many Romulans attempted to take over as Emperor in 2389? I'm going to say 5. Oh, I'm right. Amazing. Yeah, I've got the cheat sheet open here. Yeah, I go in to do a TFO and it's just like, ugh. I mean, I've got all that garbage in there too. I've got a few things that I've put in that are nice, but mostly junk. What's that? Oh, that's fleet marks. Oh, she's already got that one. Interesting. Dilithium. Lots of dilithium. Okay, it's hard to complain about dilithium. More dilithium. More marks. And stuff. If you're going to give me R&D, give me a reason to use R&D. Undine. But didn't have that one. All right. Well, it's getting on to that time of day, folks. So I'm going to head out, go to work, go to Chicago, all that good stuff. And I want to thank everybody who joined us today. So let's go see who we can raid here. There it is. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, I'm running an ad. My apologies. We're going to go raid somebody in a minute here. Actually, we're not going to raid anybody. There's nobody up and playing Star Trek Online, so you get a commercial for the end of my day. So on behalf of the Darkmom Consortium, sorry about the commercial. Have a great day, and we will talk to you later.